Hey guys, Ron from Wild Betta Fish USA. We're watching the baby channoides pick away on microworms. I just recently got my microworm cultured up and running. The microworms are running up the sides of the container, and that makes them easy to harvest. I'm going to introduce microworms into their diet, so slowly I can start adding other foods like small crushed flake, some really tiny mineral-sized foods that these guys should be able to pick out of the water column. And if they give me the reactionary bite that I think they will, it'll slowly give them the opportunity to feed on other foods, and eventually they'll recognize it as tasty and they'll take it. My eventual plan will be to put a small clay tray inside this tank, and what we could do is we can introduce some of the powder type foods that we mentioned with an eyedropper. There's a larger fry. That's a fry that I actually found in the adult's tank. He was probably in there 2 weeks prior to the group right here, which are 2 weeks old. So he's approaching 4 weeks old. And then you have guys here on the left hand side that were just spit this week, and they're not even they haven't even been released a week yet. But like I was mentioning with the clay tray, what you could do is you can actually put the clay tray in the bottom of the tank, put some small micro-sized pellets, some fine ground up fish type powdered foods in the tray, in the water of course, with an eyedropper. And then you introduce microworms to the mix. What the microworms will do is they'll start moving around, and they'll start moving around the different little tiny food fibers. And in my belief, and what I've done before with Betta mahachiensis fry, is they start picking on the non-mobile food also, because the microworms are making it move and they think it's a way, another live food to try. Then you start noticing even better development in your fry, because you're giving them a very, I would say, really good food options other than microworms and baby brine shrimp. Baby brine shrimp are fine, they're fantastic, but they are a pain in the butt to actually hatch out and harvest properly, and you don't really want to add the hardness from the baby brine shrimp water into your aquarium, so you have to strain them out, and I usually rinse them in aquarium water and then put that water with the baby brine shrimp in the fry tank. Microworms are awesome, very easy to harvest and grow out, but I don't necessarily believe they are the same nutritional value as baby brine shrimp. In my opinion, you start getting better quality of foods when you start using some of your frozen and dry foods, which are more formulated with protein for predatory fish. And then once you get these guys taking that type of food, that's when their growth takes off. So we'll take a video over the next 2 weeks when we start doing exactly that with the tray and the dry foods and the microworms. But this is the first time these guys are actually taking microworms, and you can see they're all basically moving around, hunting. Everybody's going to get a nice full belly. Microworms are my second favorite go-to food. They're my stage after baby brine shrimp. A lot easier to deal with. They don't pollute the water as heavy. And then what I may also do is add a couple ram's horn snails to the tank to help them eat any of the excess microworms. So stay tuned for more Wild Betta Fish USA and the Betta channoides. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Wild Betta Fish USA. Follow us on Instagram, Wild Betta Fish USA. Pinterest, we have awesome Pinterest boards, not just wild bettas, but everything from cars to reptiles to you name it, paludariums, saltwater setups, all the different boards I have on Pinterest. Also on Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook, Wild Betta Fish USA. Thanks, guys. See ya.